Before we get started, you know, we like to talk for hours on end before we actually get to... I just want to bring up that it's Pete's birthday of recording, the day of recording.
Oh, happy birthday, mate.
Now, listen, love Pete. He's great. Got nothing bad to say. I mean, I don't know him that well, but he's... To be honest, I don't want to...
I think it's too early to say.
Yeah, maybe.
He could be
But he's...
appalling
exactly. I
monster.
don't know what he does in his private life. But...
No. But what
as far as I'm aware, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
It's his birthday today. How was I supposed to know it was his birthday today? How would I have known it was his birthday today? Katie does that thing that makes everyone look bad in the WhatsApp group, where she just goes, "Happy birthday, Pete."
Oh, yeah.
And I go, well, I can't say it now because I just look like...
When someone does that, I just put the two lines, like the ditto.
Right.
So, just that.
Right.
Same
What's
as.
that? Right.
Yeah. James is right that it does make everyone else look bad.
Oh,
Christ!
That's true though.
God.
Now the thing
that was last week.
The thing
Are we still talking about that?
The thing you won't know,
Hell, looks
Joe,
good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does look good. The thing you won't know, Joe, is that I was also a few minutes late anyway.
Yeah.
Because I had an emergency. I had to go and get some lip balm.
Yeah, I saw that on the WhatsApp group as well. When I finally, I read it about 5 minutes.
But I was like, I was halfway writing. Oh yeah, happy birthday, Pete. But I just didn't bother because I was just like, well,
yeah, you're just. I. You know what?
You've made us all look bad. And you made Lily Mae. I assume did you text him privately?
Yeah.
So
and
you're
also,
fine. You're covered.
Yeah, but what I will say is, and this might not help, but he actually did say he wasn't coming to this record because it was his birthday in our last record. But that was a little while ago.
All right.
You can't expect people to pick up.
I can't remember everything.
That's just. Come on, man.
That's annoying, Lily Mae. I'll be honest with you, because my whole argument was how the fuck am I supposed to know it's the guy's birthday?
I know, and I've made it worse.
He did tell us.
He did say, yeah.
Right, so that's how I should have known.
And that's why he's not here.
And that's why he's not here, yeah.
So this episode is dedicated to our executive producer, Pete, who it's his birthday today. Who did tell me it was his birthday.
But not in a...
But I forgot.
Not in a way that anyone can.
He needs to remind me the day before.
Remind the day before.
Yeah.
Well, it needs to be there and then. Stuff like that you get cancelled about. He never remembered a birthday, he was a piece of shit. I'm not going to have a leg to stand on.
Yeah.
In 10 years' time, I can't just go, well, I don't remember it that way. That's always the excuse, isn't it?
You can't, yeah.
Not to my recollection.
Yeah.
What are we doing, Joe?
What? Oh. Hold on.
What are we doing? Hey, this is a podcast.
Welcome to Joe. No, not yet.
No.
Okay.
Joe and James, fact up.
This is a podcast. It's called Joe and James Fact Up.
It's about
I'm
facts,
James.
I'm
you're
Joe.
Joe. And each week we'll be bringing one another a fact that we deem interesting. I didn't bring one last week.
Didn't have one, did you? Can't be expected to.
Soz Oz. And our policy is the more interesting, the more true it is. I hate that, by the way. Soz Oz.
I know.
No one will know what we're talking about. No one will know what we're talking about at all. Anyway, the Inbetweeners poster. Yeah, what's it called? A log line or a hook line or something like that?
Yeah, what do you call it?
Tagline? Yeah, something like that. So it was like the Inbetweeners 2. Soz Oz. Yeah. I don't know who okayed that. It wouldn't have been the boy. It wouldn't have been Ian or Damon.
I don't really like it either.
Ian and Damon wouldn't have gone for that.
It's far too much about Australia. Like, you can't just go, oh, it's in Australia.
Yeah.
There you go. So
Soz Oz.
It's not. The point is not really that it's set in Australia.
Mm.
And if you're trying to lean on that, I just think you'd. And I'm not casting aspersions on Australia. I'm just saying that, like, it's not. It's beside the point. It's
Well, Soz is a complete irony.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in itself. It's the enigma of ironies. Because if you're apologising and you say the word soz,
yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I'd spit in your face.
Yeah, It's
Okay,
like
that's
going,
not an apology, mate.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh no. Anyway,
It's You're
anyway.
right.
Listen, we'll also be digging into the weird things that you'd like to think are true, but you can't be asked to research yourself in a segment that we're calling Fact Check, and we also don't research those facts, but we are the arbiters. Arbiters. We decide whether it's true or not,
Gatekeepers.
just from our gut.
Yeah.
So if you want to send some facts in for me and Joe, our email is hello@joeandjamespod.com. You can also WhatsApp us on 07822 034 330. You can follow us on our socials, Joe and James Pod, at Joe and James Pod, and you can watch all our episodes on YouTube. Just Joe and James Fact Up. You'll find it. Now, let's get Fact Up. Little song.
How are you, James?
How am I?
Yeah, go on.
I'm okay. I'm
Yeah,
all right.
Okay.
I'm all right. I'm
You got your beer and your lip balm there.
I got beer. I got lip balm.
Beer
I'm
in
good,
one
man.
hand, lip balm in the other.
I'm good. I'm a
The
bit.
the modern gentleman.
The beer's starting to kick in
Okay.
for me a little bit.
That's
to
all
be
right.
honest. I'm getting a little bit. You're a little bit blurry.
That's okay.
And
That's
I've not
fine.
even drunk that much, to be honest. But I've not eaten
You've not eaten
single
enough,
thing all
probably.
day. But that's
I
part.
bought.
That's part of my process. If I'm going out and I know I'm going to the pub, I don't eat all day
Yeah, because it helps.
because
to control
I'll go to the pub and I won't get drunk, and I'd have
Oh, I see.
and I'd have organised a cab and everything like that.
I
And
see.
was like, I could have just driven.
Yeah.
No, you can't say that.
5 and drive, isn't it?
5 and drive. That's right.
It's just a
Put
saying.
that on a t-shirt. That'll be.
That's just a saying.
When are we going to do some merch?
They've
Are we
reduced
at
it,
the
haven't
level
they?
where we can
Reduced
do
it to
some
1.
merch?
I could look into it.
It's less than 1, mate. 1 pint.
Yeah.
I'd say 1 pint's more than 1 unit.
Yeah. But I liked it when we were in Australia when we asked that waitress, like, what are the drink driving rules in Australia?
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, I think you're meant to have like you're meant to have 2 in the first hour, and then you're meant to have 1 in the second hour, and then you're meant to have 1 in the third, and then you just keep having 1 every hour.
Yeah, 1 every hour.
As though
is
she was
fine.
saying that was the minimum.
By the way,
She was like, yeah, but that or more.
that was 2 waitresses. Me
said.
and you asked 2 different people.
They used to have machines in the toilet where you could blow into it, and then it went either green, you're fine,
Yeah.
red, you're not fine, or orange, give it a go.
It was only
You know,
because where we were.
Orange was basically man up.
Yeah,
essentially.
where we were in Australia, it was that right. I love Australia,
Go on.
and here's one of the reasons I do love Australia. But I don't know if this can get me in trouble or not. They're just quite relaxed. They're quite chilled out.
Right, yeah.
They're quite laid back.
Yeah.
That applies to drinking as well.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, I do want to have a beer with lunch. Like we drove into Melbourne that day, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we were like, we'll have a nice little, like the other boys were doing something. We had a day off.
Yeah.
And I hired a car, didn't I?
Yeah.
So we thought, we'll go on a little drive. We'll have a look. We had that lovely meal by the river, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the water.
And
On
it's
little
like,
decking.
I do want a beer, but we've got a bit of a drive back.
Yeah.
And it was just sort of like everyone I asked was like, oh, you're fine, mate. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's like you can have 1 beer now, and then it's just 1 beer every hour. And I was like, so if you're on like a 12-hour sesh,
You can have 12 pints.
As long as I spread 12 pints over 12 hours, I can jump back in the car. It just felt very wishy-washy.
It feels a little bit sloppy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It feels like it hasn't. It's a bit wobbly.
And also, to be fair, the beer I was drinking was 4X, which isn't
particularly strong.
Which isn't particularly strong.
Yeah.
They're very tribal about their beer.
Yeah.
Because we were in, where were we? I can't remember which is which, actually. We were in Victoria for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I think we went a bit north up to, what's that place that I hated? The hippie place.
Oh, Byron Bay?
Yeah, we went
didn't like
there.
Byron Bay.
Everyone else loved Byron Bay. I was just like, fucking get a job. Get yourself a job, get a mortgage, and fucking get on board with the rest of the planet.
Well, they
Like,
didn't need a job.
grow up.
They were renting their, huts out to us.
Well, yeah.
That was their job.
Well, we stayed in a place. Our hotel was next to a lovely little park that was called Needle Park. I was just like, this ain't my vibe, man. This is not me.
Yes, there was quite a big overlap with the the drug world.
Yeah.
I'd say. And I'd say the overlap was 100%.
Yeah. But depending when you are, I think 4X is okay, but in certain places of Australia, you got to drink VB or you get.
Yeah, when I was in
I
Perth.
suppose Victoria actually. What does VB stand
Victoria
for?
Bitter.
Yeah.
When I was in Perth, I might get you.
Yeah.
There was VB and EB.
Right.
Emu Bitter.
Emu Bitter.
Neither of them are bitters, by the way. They're not bitter. They're lagers.
The famous Emu War.
Go on.
Do you not know about the Emu War?
No.
Australia declared war on emus. It was just after the First World War. They
They were using water to solve everything by that point.
There was a terrible problem. It was a massive farce. There was an awful problem. I can't remember the name of the politician that was like, because there was a load of farmers going, "There's emus are fucking up everything here, right?"
And it is a serious problem.
We're
if
not
your
growing
crops are being
anything.
eaten.
And there was one politician that Lily May, find out. Just type in Google Emu Wars politician. There was one guy that was like, "Oh, no, I'm going to stick up for the farmers here. I'm going to take this to Parliament or whatever they do, and go. We need to do something." So they did. They called in the army.
Right.
They got a couple of machine guns, and this is post World War, so that's like fairly new tech, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, "Don't you worry, the army's going to turn up. We're going to mow these emus down." And they would spray them with bullets and stuff, all these emus and everything. They'd be lucky if they killed one.
No way.
It was a war that the emus won, essentially. They lost the war against the emus. This politician had to resign and all sorts and was ridiculed for years and years and years.
George Pierce.
Sir George Pierce, right. Yeah.
Did he have to surrender to the
they
emu
had to
general?
surrender to the emus.
The emu was
there
like,
was
sign
one
there.
There was one bloke, there was one soldier, one general or something like that. He wasn't just a soldier, he was quite high up, that said if we had like 100 soldiers that were like emus, we'd win any war, because they just
quick.
They were quick. They were smart. They outsmarted them a lot of the time.
Their strategy was.
They
really
literally
good.
outsmarted them a lot of the time, and also they'd get hit.
Their intelligence was very good.
They
had
get hit,
radar.
but they were so big and tough that they would just live. They would just carry on living after being shot. They would just carry on as if nothing had happened.
That's
an interesting little part of Australian history.
I think it's quite heartwarming, which is interesting because.
How did we get onto that? What were you talking about? We were just
talking about Australia.
Talking about how great Australia is. So I'll just say, for legal reasons, that we adhered to any drink driving laws in Australia.
Yeah, which isn't saying much. Any laws that might exist hypothetically.
Yeah,
I don't think there are.
I think a lot of the laws in Australia are just sort of they're not written.
What's the one in America where it's like, if you can walk along a line, you're fine?
So, no, I've spoken about this before. I don't know whether it was on that other podcast I do with that woman.
I know. You guys are doing that.
But I know. I've got to knock it on the
No one likes that.
You talking about Claire? I've got to stop doing that. No one likes that. No, what was you talking about? Sorry?
The American version.
Oh, yeah. No.
Where they just sort of see
when the policeman goes, "Have you been drinking?"
Yeah.
It happens a lot in America. I see a lot of American videos. It was like, "Can you touch your nose? Walking along the line." Da, da, da.
And you say, "Absolutely, officer."
I genuinely think it was "Can you do the alphabet backwards?" I can't. I cannot do that. And I'd just be like, "Well, you've been drinking."
I know. I'd get stuck.
Yeah.
After Y, I think.
I think I'd be terrible if you hooked a lie detector to me.
Because you'd be panicking anyway.
I think I would just panic about the whole situation.
The lie detector seems very, very wobbly.
It's been
technology.
proven that it's
just like, is your pulse raised?
Yeah, and do you sweat a bit more?
And so if you can learn to control those things, then. Yeah.
But
conversely, if you can't control them,
there's a reason why it can't be used in court at all whatsoever.
Yeah. It's primarily for like the Jeremy Kyle show, isn't it? The lie detector.
Yeah, but there are people.
It's a gimmick
who are basically lie detector operators that swear down. I'd like to
Yes.
put them on a fucking lie detector.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever had any doubts about whether the lie detector really works?
It's 98% accurate. They
I'm
all
just
say that, don't they? Oh,
Yeah.
have you seen Nathan For You, where they put him on a lie detector?
Bits of it. I haven't seen a lie detector episode. I've seen the one where he makes a poo flavored ice cream.
Yeah. Oh, there's an episode. There's an episode where he gets put on a lie detector, and they
Yeah.
ask him whether he's ever watched any pornographic material, and whether he's watched any pornography, and he says no. And he's like, "Well, you've lied on that one." And he's like, "Well, I don't. Well, there's obviously a problem with the lie detector." And then he starts saying, "I'll see. Is that running on Windows XP?" And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, that's obviously a problem with the operating system. He's like, there's nothing wrong with the operating. Like the bloke starts getting really annoyed with it.
Oh, that's really funny. How does he do? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, you've been guys. We've got some messages.
Yep.
We've got one here from Luke and one from Mark. You've been sending us some real fact up stuff for us to discuss. Luke is here via fact up email. Luke says, "Hey, Joe and James. I was just listening to an episode where Joe was called out for his constant use of yeah. Which one? Which one?
Every other
What
one.
was that?
Yeah. Well, yes.
I noticed it, but it's only really when James is speaking. It's odd that, isn't it? It's almost like I'm talking and you're agreeing with me.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Finally, I have a use for my linguistics degree. Brilliant. Luke's here with a linguistics degree. Because what Joe's doing is called back-channeling. In linguistics, back-channeling is when a listener interjects with short responses like yeah to signal their intention, understanding, or agreement. Oh, you don't need it. I could have told you that, mate. When someone else is speaking, it's a way of showing support without interrupting. That's exactly what we do, and we do that to each other.
Absolutely.
We do. What's it? Affirmation.
Yes.
And
Luke's quite right.
when you say yeah, and I know you do it, and I say I'm not that far behind you with my yeah count as well. It's just letting you know that I'm listening to you, and that basically what I should be saying is keep going.
Well, it's the fact
You're doing great.
Completely, well, he says
Absolutely, yeah.
He actually says that you're not doing it enough. The gist of this is that you're letting me down with only 89.
And
That's
I'll be
what
honest
he
with you,
says.
it's because everyone mentioned it. It's like I've become self-conscious.
People have become. We've become self-conscious.
Yeah.
I must admit, I did listen to an episode the other week where we were doing it less, and I thought, "Oh, this is better."
They are right.
They're right.
They are right.
But
Luke does go on to say, sorry, Joe, and this is really sweet. So all of Joe's yeahs show what a great mate he is.
Yeah.
It's literally just supporting each other, isn't it?
It's support.
Yeah.
It's kind of micro bonding, I think.
Yeah. He says,
Micro
loving the pod,
bondage.
Luke. Well, thank you, Luke.
Thanks, Luke.
A linguistics degree. Amazing.
I'd love to do a linguistic. I think that stuff's so fascinating.
I'd love to have a degree. I would. I've got a message here from Mark through the email again. It's just called shit flirting.
I gave it a little title.
Thank you, Lily Mae.
You're welcome.
All right, lads, got a story for you that we reckon you'll appreciate. It's about our mate Roger. All right, brilliant. So it's from Mark, but it's him and a couple of other mates that are trying to mug off Roger. Let's see what they've got to say. It's about our mate Roger. Lovely bloke.
Right.
Lovely bloke. Bit of a liability.
But you sure?
We all know someone like that.
Yeah.
So Roger had been chatting to this girl at work for a few days. Things were going well. Bit of flirty banter. You know the drill.
Do I? Tell me about it.
Of course you do.
I'm always doing that sort of thing.
Christ. Lady Killer Joe.
Yeah.
Anyway, one night he's on the loo, sends a picture to the lads' group chat, proudly showing off what he described as a tour shit. What?
A tour shit. Yeah, as in like what goes on tour.
Stays on tour, right.
And then comes out.
Watery, splattery. Oh, right. It's a beer shit, right.
A beer, yeah.
Watery, splattery after a few days on the beers with some other friends in Tenerife or somewhere. The problem is, Roger somehow managed to send it to her instead. Cue instant panic. He's staring at the screen, seeing the little delivered tick, and realised there's no going back. He tries to play it cool by typing "meant for something else." LOL. As if there's any situation where that makes it better.
Yeah.
I don't think he heard from her again.
Oh my
All the
God.
best, Mark, Ellis, Snaith, Paul, and Wilson. Snaith. That sounds like someone that should be in a Harry Potter film.
Yeah, Snaith. Yes.
Wow, that's
Bloody
bad.
hell.
Yeah.
How's he done that?
Sending a shit to.
How has he done that though?
It can happen. It can happen.
It's
Nowadays,
so-
there is a grace period. There's a little grace period
Yeah.
of where you can say in WhatsApp, for example, you can see if someone's read it, right?
Yeah.
Or if you're in a group, you can see if who it's been
Yeah.
read by.
But they've always read it almost straight away.
Not a lot of the time.
Oh, you
no.
can see if other people have read it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because I always wonder when you're in a group and you get an extra tick.
Yeah.
I'm like, is that because one person's read it?
Yeah. Sometimes.
Or
Well, you can.
That's delivered and received.
Yeah, you can.
So
Oh.
it's one tick that you've sent it, 2 ticks that they've received it.
Who's received it though? The
And then
group?
The recipients, and then the
blue
blue
tick,
tick means it's been
they've
seen.
read. They've been read it.
Yeah.
So you get a little bit of time there
Okay,
to
okay.
delete that message.
Okay.
However, if I might be wrong, but it just says, it still says James deleted a message, right?
Yeah, so you can delete
Yeah.
it, but it will say message
So I don't-
deleted.
there's
But that's better
something.
than shit, surely.
Yeah.
It is better than yes, it is. In that situation, it's like there's quite often on WhatsApp groups that I'm on, people delete messages because they are like selling stuff. They're like, oh, does anyone want this scooter? And then
Yeah.
once it's been sold, they just delete the message. I don't know why, but like, well, I assume it's that. I don't know what it is, but it does look suspicious. You're
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
if someone has deleted 9 messages in a row, you're like, what are you up to? Like, what are you so desperate we don't see? Do you know what I mean?
There is
It's like when they bleep stuff out. You know, bleeping swearing
Yeah.
always sounds more incriminating than just the actual swear word.
I
Sometimes
always-
you've said something like, I don't know, poo or something. They're like, beep. You're like, oh my God, what did he just say? You're
Yeah.
like, nothing. A word that you've heard a million times.
Well,
Like,
that's the
just
thing as
forget
well.
about it.
So like I was in the Inbetweeners, for God's sake. Like
Yeah.
I'm completely desensitized to swearing.
Can I just say about swearing?
Swearing does not offend me at all whatsoever.
No,
However,
me neither.
I've made with me and Claire and with stuff that I was doing before Claire, I've made YouTube content for a long, long time. And you
Yeah.
are allowed to swear on YouTube.
Yes.
But because I make it all myself and I edit it all myself,
Yeah.
I always bleep the swearing.
Okay.
And sometimes you get comments that are like, mate, what are you scared of? Like, oh, just don't bleep the swearing. Oh, you're trying to stay commercial. Oh, you don't want to piss off the advertisers, so
Yeah.
you bleep your swearing.
Yeah.
It's never been the case at all whatsoever. I can leave the swearing in. I'm known for swearing.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with swearing at all whatsoever.
Right.
I just find there's something naughtier and funnier about a bleeped
I agree.
swear word.
I totally agree.
I think it's just comedically funnier.
It's like if you see a blurred out bit of nudity,
Yeah.
somehow
That's
it's more
that's funnier than
titillating
seeing a
than-
cock or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I totally
It's not
agree.
sexy, but it's
No, but
it
it's-
doesn't turn me
no,
on as much.
no.
But
No, of course, exactly.
if
yeah.
I see,
But, yeah.
you know, I just
But
depends
you
what
know,
mood I'm in.
Well, then the imagination takes over,
Yeah.
and you think, and you start to paint a little
I'll
picture in
stop
your
making
mind.
that noise, shall I? Sorry, I'm just clicking my lip balm.
I never really understand
Look,
why
look, look.
swearing is lumped in with like violence and sex.
Mm.
It's by far the least serious.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that in the end, my daughter will know swear words. And I think that'll be that. I don't think that she'll get addicted to swearing
Yeah.
or that she'll waste a load of money on it or something. Like it doesn't, it's an incredibly low ceiling that you reach
Yeah.
instantly. You're like, well, now she knows the word fuck. And I think that's the end of the matter, isn't it? I
Yeah.
don't think that's literally it, isn't
Oh.
it? Like, there's not,
In
compared
my-
to sex and violence, you're like, come on, why is it even in the same bracket? It's
in my
ludicrous.
experience, though, it's been like people have been offended that I've bleeped the swearing.
Yeah, well, and again,
That's where
yes.
they've got annoyed. They've been like,
Well, they think that
"Why are you
you're
bleeping it?"
Yeah, they think that you're. Well, I imagine the phrase "the man" is
Yeah.
not too far away,
Oh.
or maybe.
But yeah, no. Talking
Yeah.
about
Well, it's one of those things, isn't it? Where
who was
you're-
it? Roger's
yeah.
situation where he delivered the wrong thing. So
Roger.
now you can't. But you never used to. That's not always been a case where you could delete the message. So there was there was me and a group of my friends.
Yeah.
They were in a big group WhatsApp
Yeah.
They're all blokes that I've known since I was 4 years old. It's basically the pub WhatsApp chat.
Yeah.
Must have been about 8 of us in this WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
2 of the boys were down the pub. They went out midweek. They broke the rules.
Okay,
They went for a
okay.
midweek pint.
Yeah.
And they started getting a bit pissed.
Yeah.
And one of the boys' girlfriends at the time, none of us liked.
Right. Okay.
So they started going mental in this WhatsApp group, slagging her off and taking a piss out of her and stuff like that. And then, and this was before you could delete the messages, right? And there's a lot of us going, oh, careful, guys.
Yeah.
You know he's in this group.
Yeah.
So then it became a plan where they were like, well, if we keep just making more and more messages in this group, by the time he gets to his phone and sees there's about 200 messages or something like that, he's going to go, right, I can't be bothered to read all those. So they just sort of flooded it.
Yeah.
They flooded but they're still in there. It's still like,
that's amazing.
way up,
That's good.
like saying some awful stuff about his girlfriend.
Oh, God.
He's not with her anymore. But
that's it. Yeah. So they just started trying to bury it.
They tried to sort of, it was like like they mentioned the Epstein files for a second, and then they were like, oh, actually, can we talk about anything else right now to try and sort of distract us from what's going on over there?
Yeah.
It was that. It was, and before that all happened, they were ahead of their time, really.
They were. I mean, God, unbelievable. But I mean, I don't know. With this, I don't know. I don't really understand how this is.
What they call them? What was that thing? What was the Armando Iannucci sitcom? Thick of It. Spin Doctors.
Spin Doctors. Yeah.
It was all. They were sort of trying to put spin on there.
Yes. Yeah. Like it was like, was it throw a dead cat on the table? And then everyone should. Well, no, it's not quite that because it's just boring. It's like just send them more than they can possibly read. Basically, drown this bloke in like documents.
Yeah, so much information. He's never going to go back like 300 messages to see what was being spoken about.
What worries me about this shit is that I feel like most shits I do basically look like that. It wouldn't be like, oh my God, look at this.
Honestly, I have diarrhea far too much for a normal human being.
Yeah, I do as well. I've actually ordered some psyllium husk, which is like a fibre, and it glues it all together.
I take the same thing.
It's good, isn't it?
I was going to say the phrase you were searching for, I think, was flooding the zone, but then you started talking about diarrhea.
Yeah, it's flooding the zone. Yes.
Yes, that is the phrase I'm looking for. I flood the zone more than most normal human beings. Whenever I'm in the toilet, I am flooding the zone.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Lily, mate.
You're so welcome.
Right. Well, you didn't hear from her again, and I suppose that's sort of
We've
understandable.
burnt too bright too quickly today, haven't we?
I know we did.
The last episode is going to be about 4 hours long. This episode, we're just coasting through it. Anyway, Joe.
Okay. So
Joe's fact.
Right.
Have we got a jingle for that? Joe's fact.
There we go.
Yesterday was Blue Monday, which is claimed to be the most depressing day of the year.
Yeah. What is it? It's the 20...
today is the 20th of January.
Yeah. So the 19th. I actually looked this up just for my own...
Yeah.
I don't know if this is sad or not. Just my own reasons. I was just talking to Claire and I was just like, I better look up Blue Monday and make sure... Just make a note of that day and make sure I'm all right that day.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, January is a rubbish month. I think we can all agree on that. Just absolute wall-to-wall dog shit.
Yeah.
And it's basically in the middle of January.
Yeah.
You're back at work.
Some bloke from a university did some studies on it, and a professor or something. I literally looked this up the other day for my own reasons. And it is statistically, Mondays are depressing already.
Yes.
January is a depressing month.
Yeah.
Post the fun and celebrations and things that we have, the festivities over Christmas.
Yeah.
Festivus.
Yeah.
And it's statistically this Monday that people struggle with.
Makes a lot of sense.
So we thought,
well, I'm already thinking that my fact is not. We thought it was supposed to be heartwarming facts.
Yeah.
My
Facts
fact
to cheer you up.
Yeah.
My fact is about abandoned babies. So
Okay.
But I find this
have to
heartwarming.
bleep
So
that.
there are these little spaces in walls where
like
if you've
the-
this shouldn't
They have them in
happen.
America. Yeah, they have them in
But
America.
if it is going to happen,
they're like if you back
you
in
put
the day,
baby
back in the day when you returned a video that was out and it was out of hours,
or a rental car.
Yeah,
They say just put the keys in the box.
Yeah.
But honestly, I genuinely find, because these are babies that, like, if the alternative is just maybe the baby's going to die or the baby's is in
Yeah.
jeopardy. I don't want a baby that does not have adults to care. That baby is in serious
it'd
trouble.
be a woman in a situation where
she
this baby
just cannot.
Yeah, doesn't.
Yeah.
It
So
doesn't.
it's far better that the baby
Which
is
is an
taken care
incredibly
of.
brave decision.
Incredibly brave. Like,
And to be and to not generalize,
Yeah.
usually young women
Yeah.
will come to this decision.
Yeah.
But to have the foresight to be able to go,
yeah.
I myself am in a really shit situation right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to drag anyone else into this situation. Heartbreaking.
Appalling.
Not cheerful. So carry on, Joe.
Well, to me, there's something about the fact that there is a happy ending to this story. I
do think it's a positive thing.
The baby goes in, it's in there, and then somewhere a little alarm goes off.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, there's one in there. And then they go and get it. But what's interesting is that, so I suppose this is maybe the fact, it goes back a long time. So this actually isn't something like it goes back to a thing called the foundling wheel, which was a thing in like the 18th century,
right,
which was in the wall of a church. Because I mean, basically,
workhouse.
No, because the church, in a sense, I think what happened is that during previous centuries, the church did a lot of the roles that we might now expect the state to do.
Yeah.
So care of the poor and the destitute,
your community.
Your community. So yeah, and then in a sense like so I think we might, in some ways, I think it makes sense to.
But that's why for only until very recently.
Yeah.
Was it John Peel? I think I've already spoken about him, but only until very recently have we had an actual police force.
Yeah.
In this country.
Yeah.
Because you had the church and you just had other people. And they were like, we'll just take care of itself. If you have an actual police force starting enforcing all this stuff on us, we feel that that's encroaching on our liberties.
That's true. There was the Metropolitan Police, which was only in London in the 19th century, and then you got the detective branch because there were some crimes. And what's funny about so there's a very good book called The Suspicions of Mr. Witcher, which is about again for this episode, the murder of a child, and basically the detective solves the case. But the early detective force, it wasn't like you didn't have to be Sherlock Holmes to crack these cases. It was just nobody was following up cases where it was anything more than just like a brawl. So I feel like in about 1820, if a body was discovered and the murderer wasn't like standing over them going, "Oh, I've just killed them," like they were there's nothing we can do. So the detectives were like,
there was no records. There was no sort of forensic.
So the job of the detective force was
like DNA, but I mean even just sort of the very basic.
So for example, early
like
cases
character references,
exactly.
Things like
that. Early jobs of the London detective force would be things like again, sorry about this, but like in this book, so they, for example, a baby's been murdered, and it's wrapped in a shawl, and on the shawl is just a woman's name stitched into the shawl. So the detectives are like, "I will go and talk to her, I guess," and they go around and they're like, "She's like, yeah, I did do it."
Right.
So it was that level. Yeah. It was just one level above nothing.
Yeah.
One level above
it was the next step.
It was one level above basically just bouncer, as far as I can. The police before that, basically, as far as I can tell, they were basically just like crowd control.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like sort of forensic detection. It was just
were pretty much stop that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you do that, like they were just sort of like preemptive. It was sort of
you're right.
Than after the fact trying to sort of solve stuff.
Exactly. And so you're right to say there would have been things that didn't that just weren't there. Police, fire brigade, like fire brigade.
Yeah,
like if you or you might call the fire brigade, But if
Well,
they come out and then you'd pay them to put out the fire in your house, and then the next door house might be on fire, and they just wouldn't put it out because they'd be like, you didn't pay us to put that out.
It was an insurance thing.
Yeah.
You'd pay an insurance. You'd pay a company. There was no sort of fire brigade.
Yeah.
You'd pay a company.
In general, fires were not put out.
Yeah. Because if they turned up to ours and I was like, well, they're not paid up, they go, oh,
We'll leave it then.
We'll just stand here and watch it burn.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, that was so at this point it would have been the church rather than the state.
Yeah.
And it was called the foundling wheel. And what it was an upright cylinder. This is a bit weird because babies can't stand up, but you'd put it in.
Right.
And then you like turn it. And it's so that the baby first was facing the outside world, and then it goes, and now it's facing the inside of the church. Right. And they're like, oh, it's a baby. And then the priests or whatever come over and go, oh, we'll take care of this baby.
I do think those are good things.
I think it's a good thing. I mean, I'll
be honest with you, it's not the most uplifting fact.
It's not uplifting, but
there is a good story.
Yeah.
It's a situation.
I think it's a happy ending. I mean, look, I think ultimately, because if the child is still alive and he's going to be taken care of, that's better than it dying somewhere.
You've got one situation where there's some women might be in a situation where bringing a child in wouldn't benefit that child.
Yeah.
It would make them sadder.
Yeah.
Leaving the child.
Yeah.
But they're thinking beyond themselves.
Completely.
Thinking of the child.
Completely.
And then on the other side, you've got families or couples or people in a more, I don't know, stable situation.
Who maybe can't have children.
That maybe can't have children. And so
there you go.
I mean, it's fucking. You've gone.
It's sad. I've gone around the houses to get to it, but just there's something. I
just think there was a billion more positive things you could have gone for before you got to that one.
Yeah. I actually forgot.
Yeah.
I sort of semi-forgot.
Yeah. Well, no, I agree. Yeah, we're both right.
And it's not so much that's the heartwarming fact. It's just that was what happened to me in my head. And then I was like, well, I guess that in a way that's heartwarming. Man.
There's a film there, or there's some kind of horror story where I somehow are put in your brain. And it'd be the most terrifying thing.
Yeah, you don't want to be in my brain.
No, I know I don't.
It's like trying to look after.
I know I don't. The thing is, I know somewhere you have a filter between your brain and mouth, and that's what scares me the most. Because the stuff that comes out of your mouth, and I'm like, Jesus, what is he keeping back from? What
a lot of it's not. A lot of it's not in proper sentences yet.
Yeah.
Basically, if it's in a sentence, it's coming out.
Right, should we do fact check? Is that right? Yeah, move on.
Now I can't. All right, is everyone feeling cheerful?
Is everyone?
I do feel sort of more sad than when I came in.
Right, hold off, because I've got a fact for you it's not going to be as it's not going to be as much
poignant
discussion, and it's not going to be funny or entertaining, but it will be like, right, okay, we're all good.
Okay.
It is time for fact check. This is where we'll be reading a fact or question that you'd like us to get to the bottom of. Then we're going to have a good little think during the ad break, and we'll come back to let you know how true it feels to us, and decide whether it passes our fact check. Joe, have you got what's going on?
Well, have I got it?
Whoa.
Well, in a way, you're half right. Because
Yeah.
this week's fact is in the form of a voice note from Lee. So let's have a listen to that.
Lee.
Hi, Joe, James, and Queen Lily May. It's Lee
Correct.
from Leicestershire. Just ringing up for fact check. This is job related for myself because I'm a police officer. I've been a police officer now for 26 years. And if I had £1 for every time someone asked me, can I piss in your hat? I would have retired years ago. So my question is there any fact to the fact pregnant women can piss or have ever been able to piss in a policeman's hat? I know you like history, so one for you guys to look into. Loving the show. Keep up the good work. Happy New Year. Have a good one. Bye.
Oh,
Thank you very much, Lee. Let's have a quick little break.
Thank you, officer.
Thank you,
or
officer.
sergeant, or whatever your rank is.
Police officer Lee.
Yeah.
Thank you, policeman Lee. We'll have a quick break and we'll get chomping at the bit.
Champing at the bit.
To get into this one. Welcome back to Joe and James Fact Up.
Hello.
We're just fact checking. I don't know if we're legally allowed to say that anymore, are we? Because we don't. I saw one of our what do you call it? The social media clips where I said, I don't know if it's a fact, but it's definitely true.
Well,
we're fact checking on behalf of Lee, who wanted to know if somebody is pregnant, can they legally ask to piss on a police officer's hat?
in a hat.
In a hat.
I think it'd be a bit pointless if they just pissed on top of it.
They're still wearing it.
Yeah. Can they piss on a police officer's
now, Lee,
chest?
This has all the ingredients of fact.
Yeah.
This has all the ingredients. First of all, it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Slightly amusing.
Yeah.
And also, I've heard it before.
I've heard it before. But what I've heard is the helmet, because the helmet is more like a bucket, so it kind of makes sense. And then
but also it makes sense that they're a police officer, they're a public servant.
I know,
there's a lady in distress.
Yeah. They're kind of yes, they're almost kind of part of the architecture of the city.
Yeah.
And almost, and not in a bad way, a bit like a public toilet. They're able to be like, I mean that in a very affectionate way.
No,
like,
but just ready,
because there aren't enough public
ready
toilets.
to get the dirty work done.
Get the dirty work done.
Yeah.
That's right. Don't worry, Mum. In there.
Yeah, absolutely, Mum.
And then I'll just toddle off to a nearby drain,
I
pull
bet
it
they
down the
would have
drain.
taken their cape off.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
And
so the lady's modesty was protected.
Yeah.
It should be true. The thing is, I think to me, it makes sense if it's the big.
If it's not true, I've got no faith in humanity anymore.
If it's not true, it's probably just because they don't wear the right sort of hat anymore.
No, but I'd like to think that it's still true, but it's just not adhered to, sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm going with fact. I'm going with absolute fact. Katie had heard a similar fact that might not be true. That taxi drivers are allowed to piss specifically up the rear wheel.
The rear wheel
of their car.
It's quite funny that
as long as they're touching their car.
It's funny that because it is almost like as long as they go to the back, because it's like the bum of the car.
Yeah.
So it's. Do you know what I mean? It is like not the front. Obviously, that's mental. That'd be like pissing out of your mouth.
I'll tell you
Whereas
something.
the rear wheel makes sense.
My mate's dad was a taxi driver, and they've got in London especially. They've got these little places, these little sandwich shops, these little lunch places.
Okay, yeah.
Where you can't go in unless you're a taxi driver.
I feel like there was one near me, but maybe it was just the taxi drivers liked it.
And you see like they've got like bacon butties there going on and stuff like that, and all this great grub. I'd love to. Do you reckon if I played the celebrity card, I'd be able to get into one of those?
Well, I think there are places you can stay overnight as well. I think if you because quite a lot of taxi drivers don't actually live in London.
Yeah, they come in and out,
if they want to,
my mate's dad did.
If they want to stay overnight, there are kind of clubs or something where they can. Yeah. It sounds great. It sounds like I'd say it is a secret society.
I love all of that. The sort of
I love that
the tradition, historical side of London.
I'd love to be in a secret
Modern
society.
London, I can't stand. It depresses me coming into this fucking city.
I continue to like it. I do find that
just for balance. No, you do love it. You've lived in London for.
I'm a Londoner now.
You lived in London.
I've lived in London since 2007.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Yeah,
I do love it. I know I can understand why people wouldn't. It can give the appearance of being quite dirty and noisy and incredibly expensive.
I like being able to get in my car and drive to the place where I need to be, and my car's outside, and I can get that stuff in the car.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to move my car every 2 hours and all that nonsense.
Yeah, everything is.
That's the thing in Seinfeld as well. They're obsessed with car parking, even during the 90s, like in New York.
Yeah,
like George is obsessed. With getting He says like his dad got a parking space right outside the building once, and he didn't move it for about 9 months.
No, it is that I think it could. I mean, I was in New Zealand recently, and like I got used to being able to just drive somewhere and park outside, and then in London, if you turn up in a car, it is a bit like, what the fuck have you brought that thing here for? And you're like, well, it is, quite a lot of people have cars. I mean, it's not like, anyway. But look, whatever. It's a medieval footprint.
Well, not even medieval. It goes way before that, Joe.
Roman.
Londinium and all that.
What's funny is we think of medieval as very cramped, but we think of Roman as somehow like
vast,
expensive,
Yeah.
and yeah. Where
was
were
London
we?
the first city, or was it Colchester?
Chelmsford was up there as well
I might have to.
at some stage.
I might have to look into that.
I think
But-
Colchester is. Yeah, Colchester maybe was an early Roman capital.
Yeah,
might
I
have
think
been.
it was.
Might have
yeah.
been.
But
But the other
the-
fact about the taxi drivers or the whether maybe it's a fact, maybe it's an urban myth, is that but they can piss against the real world as long as they're touching the car
yeah, just I'm touching the car.
with the penis or with an arm.
No, I think the palm goes on the car. But again, if a taxi driver needs to relieve himself,
Listen, if
it's
you
common
can,
sense. It's common sense. They're not.
does it mean
they're
you're
in
not you're not allowed to be across the street and be like, well, I can reach it?
But so go back 100 years or so. Your horse and carriage taxi, cab, hackney cabs.
Yeah.
I imagine on a cobbled street in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
a taxi driver would because they need they're providing a service. They're an important part
Yeah.
of the infrastructure of the city.
Yeah.
We can't let them just wander off to find a loo
No.
every half hour or whatever.
Well,
Let them take a piss up on the back wheel of the carriage.
a carriage without a driver is no use to anyone.
Absolutely not.
So, let's keep him touching the carriage.
So I think Katie's fact's real. I also think that the police officer's hat is true, and I'm going to be upset if it's not. It will crush me if it's not.
It
to
should be
honest.
true.
And I know we're trying to be positive.
Yeah.
I know this is meant to be an uplifting podcast.
Doesn't mean
You've
that-
come to the wrong place.
I know. You look at us. We're not. We're all jaded and
My favourite thing in the world to do is whinge. I love moaning. I'm
Yeah.
not happy unless I'm upset
Yeah.
about something.
if you're trying to ask us to dredge up,
Yeah.
I've done
Don't-
my best. I've
don't-
done my best. I said that sometimes,
don't-
in extremis, we manage to prevent the death of infants.
Yes.
And I think that, to me, that is
It's a
heartwarming.
positive message.
It's a positive message.
Yeah.
If we have to,
Yeah.
then yeah, fine.
If you
We'll
want-
keep the baby alive.
If you want to be cheered up, don't come and see me and Joe. I think is a fact.
That's the
That's
fact.
a fact. But yeah, Lily May, have you got anything
Yeah, I did a little bit
grown up?
a little bit of looking, and so obviously referring to the policeman's helmet.
Yeah.
So laws prohibit any relieving yourself in a public place whatsoever.
Mm.
However,
I'm just thinking about.
Yeah.
however,
I'm laughing at policeman's helmet.
Yeah, it's
well, I've
you
said
can
it
only
now.
piss out of a policeman's
Yeah.
helmet. But can you go in? Can you go the other way?
Yeah,
That's
Inception.
That's the, yeah, wait a minute, hang on. Yeah.
Okay. Discretion to not charge may be exercised if a
Okay.
pregnant woman were caught in public.
Okay.
But you can't use it.
But they haven't mentioned. They haven't mentioned the.
It says in this article about it that it seems unlikely that a police officer would offer their helmet for this purpose.
I disagree.
But also, what Lee was saying
I
was
think-
that it wasn't pregnant women who were asking him; it was just people, who were like just blokes being like,
Yeah.
"Can I piss in your hat?"
Well,
And he's
that
like,
was where-
"No."
That was where my ears pricked up because he did go, "Oh, you're allowed to piss in a policeman's helmet." So
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I know that fact about
Yeah. Yes,
pregnant
that's
women
right.
being allowed
Yeah,
to
that's
piss in a
right.
policeman's-" And then he did mention it.
Yeah.
But I'd like to think 100 years ago or so, when they were wearing those,
The big things.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was just thinking of the young ones when they go take the tit off your head.
But I think this means, although it's not technically written in law, I think this is a fact.
I think there have
Yeah.
been some chivalrous policemen that have
Yeah.
seen a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all romanticized in my head, and I'd like to hope that
Yeah.
there's been instances. Where
Yeah.
that's
Although
true.
the thing there when they said
I'm
them,
gonna
they
put
might.
I'm going to put Joe and James's stamp of approval on that. I'm going
I'm
to say it's
inclined
fact.
to agree.
Okay. Yeah. I think it meets our standard, which is like it should be true.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That is it. Right. We've got the Queen's consent on that one. If there is anything that you'd like us to fact check, head to our episode's description for all the ways to get in touch. I assume there's some kind of musical sting there.
Yeah, I'll put a little sting there, yeah.
Great. Right. It's my fact, Joe, which I hastily put together.
This has to be really heartwarming because
Well,
we need to bring people back,
So
not
this
only
is-
from Blue Monday,
so this is what I want to talk to you about.
but also from my one.
Also
Okay.
your facts.
Yeah.
So, do you remember as a kid, and even to this day, I love an Attenborough documentary. I absolutely love watching an Attenborough documentary.
They are
However,
good.
even when I was a child in the 90s, I used to hate the last 10 minutes because it would just make me feel awful.
Okay.
Because it'd just be like, oh, you know that beautiful animal that you've just been watching? There's only about 2 of them left. And it's
Yeah.
because of you. It's because what
Yeah.
you're doing with all you're throwing things away and you're driving a car and
Yeah.
you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And I'd just be like, oh, thanks, Dave. Cheers, mate. I was enjoying
Yeah.
that for a second.
Yeah.
However, I went to my good friend and yours,
Yeah.
Chat GPT,
Yeah.
and I said, can you please give me a positive fact
Man's best friend.
about nature
Yeah.
and the state of the planet?
Yeah.
And here is what they've got to say.
Okay. Interesting.
When humans give ecosystems space and protection, nature often recovers remarkably well.
Hmm.
In many parts of the world, forests are regrowing on land that was once heavily deforested. Several endangered animal populations have rebounded after conversations. Had a chat with
Therapy.
Had a chat. Told them to butt their ideas up a
Yeah.
bit.
The orangutans are
please
feeling.
don't go extinct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Conservation efforts. Coral reefs damaged by warming or pollution have shown signs of regrowth, and wildlife is returning to cities. Get your urban foxes. I grew up with urban foxes. They were a bit of a nuisance, I'll be honest with you. That's
Yeah.
where
We've
the
got one.
scene from the Inbetweeners with the squirrel came from.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I had a mate, I can't remember, was it a badger or was it a fox? It was either a badger, I think it was a badger. Might have been a fox, I can't remember now, my brain's just gone. I had a mate where there was a badger or a fox on the street and we were walking towards it and
or towards the badger or a fox.
yeah, and he was like,
Yeah.
oh, don't, and we were like, oh, fucking hell. Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's a bit scary, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he went, oh, don't worry, it'll shit itself and run away.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And it didn't. It like stood its ground.
No, they don't.
And he we had to hold him back a little bit. Because he was like, fucking little prick. like sort of wanted to square up to it because
Oh, God.
it didn't like just see us and like scatter away into the night. And I remember telling Ian and Damon that story, and that sort of became the squirrel in the car where Jay runs over a squirrel.
My other animal thing, I don't know whether I've said this on here, was the ants. Remember that in the first film?
Yeah.
Where we had-
What have you got to say about that? Because I've got a lot to complain about that, but you carry on.
You were...
That was another one of those situations where we read the script and we go, oh, this is fucking funny. I wonder how they're going to do that.
And it was
Jay's
just,
got an ant in his mouth, and then you go, oh, fucking hell, I wonder what movie magic they're going to do that. And he's like, oh, we've got a load of ants here. Can you put some in your mouth, please?
Yeah. And they had to kind of crawl over you.
Yeah.
And there was a load of ants.
They were trained
And
ants.
Ben, the director, and the man who trained them was called Merlin.
Merlin,
He came on
yeah.
set. He was the ant wrangler.
Yeah.
And there was a load of ants. And Ben was going, okay, to the ants was going, and action.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was like drawing a line.
If I can carry on for a second,
Yeah.
one hopeful takeaway scientists often emphasize is that nature has a strong capacity for self-healing. And then I asked for some specific endangered species that are doing a bit better these days.
Okay.
The green sea turtle,
Okay.
recently reclassified as least concern after decades of conservation, with populations increasing about 28% since the 1970s.
That's good.
Black rhinos, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
Everyone loves a black rhino.
I mean, they're still near threatened. But
Okay, but presumably there was another category that they were.
They've gone up from critically endangered. Humpback whales.
These
I
are
think-
good. These are good ones.
I think a lot
not,
of
you know,
whales.
they're all good. Obviously,
I think a lot. I think a lot of whales
Except moths.
have bounced back after the historic lows of whaling. and using
Yeah,
them,
oh, God.
using them for oil.
And you know that the right
Using a
whale,
whale
the
for
right
oil.
whale, the reason it's called the right whale is literally because it was the right whale to kill.
Right. No,
So-
I don't know that one.
So that's
I know
pretty
the
bad.
white
They-
whale, which I found recently, that not everyone knows what that reference means.
It's the thing that Moby Dick. Is it Moby Dick?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's trying to. So the white whale is something that you're never going to get.
yeah,
Basically.
yeah. You go on this pointless endeavor.
What was that company called? Was it Pipe Dream? They could be called White Whale
Yeah, they're
if they're if they're interested in another name.
And just for you,
Yeah,
for the Brexit lot,
yeah, yeah,
the the
yeah,
red squirrel
yeah. Oh, okay,
has expanded its range and numbers in parts of Scotland
good.
after reintroduction and habitat work. I think they've started doing beaver stuff in Scotland.
Started doing beaver stuff. Wow.
I don't think it helped that I looked straight at you, Lily, mate.
Yeah, but luckily you then got back on track by saying that they've started doing
No,
beaver
I'm just
stuff.
saying, girl power.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
No, I think they
I'm
tried
really
to.
enjoying the new beaver
I
stuff.
think they've.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they've.
Yeah,
I think we're really looking after the beavers
Mm.
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
In
Treating
Britain.
them with a bit of respect.
But you know things like the ozone
Yeah.
layer. Do you remember the ozone layer was such a big deal in the 90s when it was?
Well,
like,
one place it's closed, but I know I'm not showing off, but I've said it twice now. I was in New Zealand recently,
Yeah.
and in Auckland, they have still got the hole, so you get burnt
Right.
really easily, even
Right.
if it's not particularly hot.
yeah,
Whereas I think in Australia, where
Well,
I've also been,
yeah. There was a great big hole
Been
in
all over the place,
Australia,
mate.
wasn't there?
there was a hole there, and I think that might have.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
Oh,
again,
I've travelled,
don't quote
boy.
me on this.
I've
I've travelled, boy.
travelled,
Where you travelled? Hull. Always come to me, is it? Oh, here comes Hull.
Oh,
I'm
comes
in a car.
hole.
I think it might not be true, but I think that might have closed up. But the other one, but yeah, that is. It was CFCs, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We've stopped doing that.
It's hairspray. And
Again,
stuff like
we
that.
can get our shit together. Like
Yeah,
sometimes
and I
people manage to organise together and do something good.
Also, I think we
It's
are.
possible.
I think we are taking steps, and I think we are
Yeah.
doing that. I mean, the amount of fucking bin boxes I've got in my house is
Yeah.
ridiculous. But I do it
Yeah,
every week.
yeah,
Everything's split up.
yeah.
Some stuff's washed, which is mental.
I wash stuff. I'm washing out pots all the time.
Like I'm now washing rubbish, but I'm doing it for the good of the
It's true.
planet.
Yeah, I am washing.
But-
I'm washing rubbish as
But I
well.
don't think we get reminded enough that those little things that we're doing and we're all working hard.
You're
at
quite right.
is-
I think.
is-
I think
is
in
making a
general,
positive-
people are motivated.
And I think
by-
I think Attenborough specifically should give us a fucking break every once in a while
Well,
while we watch one of
he's-
his amazing, incredible documentaries.
Yes, yes.
And then he comes and tells us off at the end of it.
I do agree with you about praise, though. I think in general, people in general are not shamed into changing their behavior. Like if you
We
had,
need a little bit of
if you had a toxic behavior,
yeah,
there was, say you had a behavior that was harming you. Say you had an addiction,
Yeah.
right? And you go to a therapist, they wouldn't go, "You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
How have you got into this state?
yeah,
Other people have managed to avoid this.
Yeah.
Why have you like?" They would say, "Look, you're loved. You're worth something." Like
Yeah.
the idea that like you can kind of, shame people into being better. I think is visibly and with 5 seconds reflective thought not true.
yeah.
We all know that's not true.
Need a little. We
Tell people that they're
we need a little
treat
bit
them
more
treat
carrot
them
and a little less
greatly,
stick.
and they will become great.
Yeah. Be truthful.
Be truthful to people, and they will. What is it? If we're facing the right direction, all we need to do
Keep on
is
walking.
keep on walking. Are you reading these? What?
What?
You're reading these? Yeah. Well, no, I'm just not just who right. It's who's giving it. No, okay,
Desiree.
that's right.
Anyway.
Stuart Foot.
Do you want to end this episode? I think it'd be nice.
Oh
No.
ooh.
I meant with something more. I've got something
you're-
more for you.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
I just wondered whether to.
Oh, did you say, do you want to end this episode with something nice?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I thought you said, do you want to end this episode? It would be nice.
Yeah, I thought you said that as well.
No.
But
no.
also,
I had a
I
suggestion.
took it. I was like, all right,
I
yeah, I
nodded
know.
straight away. I went, oh no, I started
That
looking
is a
at the
shame.
thing going, right, where's the thing where I say goodbye?
I just
Yeah.
thought because of the theme of the episode, whether it'd be nice to maybe look down the barrel and just give our viewers/listeners
Okay.
a nice little motivational message to get them through the day after
Okay.
Blue Monday.
Yeah.
If
Easy.
you've got something.
Simple.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
You're doing great. You're doing your best. That's all anyone can expect of you.
Yeah.
If anyone demands anything more than your best, then they're being unreasonable.
Yeah. Shall I do one?
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, this is a bit of a cliche, but like, it'll all be all right in the end. And if it's not all right, it's not the end.
Nice.
All right. I saw that written.
Nice.
It's powerful stuff. I'm not the first one to say that, but it's true.
Is that Desiree again?
It might be Desiree.
Money don't make my world go round.
I'm reaching out for a higher ground. To a warm and peaceful place. I can rest my weary face. Why do you want to work here?
Because we're living
That's it.
in a crazy maze. Why do you want to work here?
That's it. Shoot.
Right. Don't forget that you can get in touch with us. Thank you for listening.
And Asia. Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much for listening to whatever that was. We'll be back next week armed with some more facts, chats, and bringing animal species back. And don't forget that you can get in touch with us if you'd like us to fact check something that feels true to you or whatever nonsense you'd like to tell us by emailing us. Our email is hello@joeandjamespod.com. We've got a WhatsApp number, 07822 034 330. And you can also message us on our social media profile, which is @joeandjamespod. And all that's in the description if that didn't make sense. So there you go. There's a podcast episode for you. Thank you very much. All the best. Keep up the great work. Bye.
Bye.